Hi Scorpio, welcome to Higher Source Tarot for your March 2020 mid-month tarot check for all Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So if that's you, you're in the right spot. Welcome back to everybody out there who has been subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing my videos. I so appreciate you, and if you're new to my channel, please subscribe and hit the bell if you want to be notified when new videos are posted, which I try to post a new series every week, but March and April are very busy times for me, and I'm going to be traveling a bit. I'm going to a very spiritual place, and I won't be filming there. So that will be in April, the first week, but I will have your April tarot check and your April mid-months. I'll do those. So anyway, again, we know time is fluid anyhow, so here we go for Scorpio. Humans invented the calendar, didn't we? We made up linear time. That helps us so we don't feel crazy. So here we go for Scorpio. Your current position is the Devil. It's Capricorn energy. And it's covered by the Six of Wands. Interesting. And your destiny in this is the Two of Pentacles. The distant past is the Knight of Wands. The more recent past is the Seven of Swords. You've got the Six of Swords coming towards you. You are represented by the Two of Pentacles. You've got the Queen of Swords around you. And your fears are the Three of Swords, but the outcome is the Fool, and the bottom of the deck is the Nine of Pentacles. So that looks pretty good. You're a bit scared here, and I think with good reason. You've got somebody very arrogant around you. They're very arrogant, narcissistic, and they almost take pleasure. They're like, throw a grenade in the room and watch everybody kind of temperament. And this is not a pleasant energy to have around you. So I do feel like there's been some kind of an obsession here with the Devil. Now, of course, I mentioned this is Capricorn. Let's talk through. You've got a lot of air in this reading, and you do have fire here. A little bit of earth, but it's mostly air and fire. So if you're dealing with an air sign, fire sign, something like that, or some combo, could be your reading. Now, the Devil here represents, like I said, Capricorn, but it's also, it's oftentimes like the most misunderstood card in the deck. It has to do really with being chained to people. So I do wonder if this person has been, or you have been chained to them, and there's like this arrogant energy. They also could be, because this is a card of addictions, they also could be somebody who struggles with addiction. Sorry if I jumped. I think I got a package delivered a second ago. Anyway, I'm getting alcohol with this, and it's like very self-centered, very egotistical, and that's an alcoholic, an egomaniac with an inferiority complex. But it's a lot of self-defeating behavior. I don't feel like it's you as much as the other person, but it's telling you to go with the flow here, okay? And you might need to let somebody flow away from you. Because the other thing about this is this person's talking about you, and it's like slanderous. It's not warranted. They're talking about you. They're just, this may too be some kind of a toxic friend. May not have been a romantic connection, but I do feel like it's something that's very relevant to somebody in this reading. So the Six of Wands, this is about victory and success, but it can have a bit of an arrogant edge to it. And that's where I feel like the connection comes in between these two cards, more so than victory and success. So I think you're being given a message here about being honest with yourself, about seeing somebody who is, it's like bondage by choice, but seeing somebody who is limited and may need to hit their bottom without you there to put a pillow underneath them. So you've had a bit of emotional roller coaster here. I think it's related to this. The good news is you're going to be coming out of this energy soon. You're moving away from it, but it's still kind of lingering. And I think it's been going on for a while, several months. I don't think it's been years. I think it feels more like months to me, but several of them. And I think the person came in, they were very charming. They were very fun to be with, but you had your doubts, and there was a part of you that really was feeling like your intuition was telling you to go in the other direction, but you didn't listen to it. So know that you are being divinely guided. And when you have a strong intuition, follow it. Because sometimes we don't want to do that. We're self-doubting. And I believe I might have mentioned that with the Fool. There's a lot of self-doubt there and fear that exists around a situation. And so sometimes we will placate to keep something together that needs to fall apart to move away from us. So in came this person. Like I said, this is very arrogant energy. It's like the kind of person that's always late. It's very annoying to deal with. They don't care. They're unapologetic most of the time, or they offer a perfunctory apology that's worth about nothing because they continue to do the behavior. And they need a very good dose of someone that will say, show me, don't tell me, or don't bother showing up because I'm not going to keep doing this with you. I had one time somebody that I was helping. It was a friend, but they were often late. I mean, I was helping them get sober, quite frankly, and they were late frequently for meetings that we had scheduled to work on the steps and on themselves. And so one day we had a scheduled time, and I arrived at the location, and it was a cafe that was actually closed. So I texted the person, hey, they're closed. Do you have somewhere that's close by, or where are you? And I can drive to where you are. And they sent me one of those, kind of stock texts that says, can't talk right now. So I left. And they called. They were 10 minutes late. They called and said, hey, 10, 15 minutes late, where are you? And I said, well, when I got that text, I left. You said can't talk right now, and I'm at home, and I think we need to reschedule this. They need that, or they need, I'm really done with this. My time is valuable. I'm busy. I have a rich, full life, and this is just not fitting in. So this person is, again, you're moving away from them. The 7 is, while this energy is not good, the 7 is, a fortunate number in numerology, and it often does bring good luck. And so what this tells you is to be cautious, but know that you're moving in the right direction and that this is going to be coming to a close. So if you've been dealing with somebody who's been, because you can't, with this grouping together, yikes. But then you have the 6 of Swords, which this is a fortunate card. This indicates travel for some of you. I think that is true with the 9 of Pentacles and the Fool. There could be travel forecasted. In fact, there is. But it's also about moving away from something that doesn't serve you anymore. And you have to only be cautious about bringing baggage with you, okay? So you're moving towards balance. You're going in the right direction. And you may have some kind of guidance here. So the person that's driving this or steering this little raft, that's the guide. The guide knows where they're going. You may stumble across, some of you, some kind of self-help book, and there's going to be information in that that's going to help you on this journey, some kind of spiritual awakening that's going to happen as a result of crossing paths with that book. So for all of you, really, you're moving away from this and into an energy that's going to be a lot calmer. You're moving out of this really chaotic energy over to this smooth sailing kind of energy. But I do think there's going to be words that are going to be had, and that's all right too. So you're going to be embarking on, you've got a decision to make, and you're in charge here. The ball is in your court, most definitely. So there's no need to be afraid because, Scorpio, you have kind of the say and the power in this, right? We can have, do, or be anything. All we have to do is see it in our mind, and we can create it in our reality. So you need to be very clear about your intentions. What do you want in your life? And there's no struggle, okay? There's no need to have a struggle between choices. You just have to create the vision, create that idea. In fact, some of you may need to do a vision board. It would really help. You create the vision, be very deliberate and clear, and take the action, those inspired actions. So there is going to be communication, but what has not served you is going to be cut free, because you have, coming up here at the conclusion of this, you are going to be embarking on a new path. and it's going to be a fresh, clean slate. So you need to cut away the old that has not served you. It needs to be done for you because they are not compatible roommates, okay? This person who hasn't been particularly sober or reliable is not going to jive with the Scorpio that's moving forward. So you're not going to be afraid to do it either. I mentioned you have a guide. It could be somebody with some kind of legal knowledge or even a therapist that basically is like a Dr. Phil and says, nope, you got to get clear about this, be clear in the communication, be set in your boundaries, don't have boundaries that move around. The Queen of Swords would never do that. The Queen of Swords sets a boundary and it stays, right? It's kind of like, when you have a job and the work doesn't go anywhere, you have to do it or it's not the job for you. This is somebody who's going to be very free. So I do feel like you're going to be free. You're a bit concerned about heartache here. I don't think this is third party unless the third party is booze. I don't feel like there's a third person involved, but with somebody who has an addiction, they can only love people as much as they can love alcohol. So in that case, certainly you could consider that a third party, but you're worried about this and you don't need to be. Okay, the fear is what keeps us stuck and stagnant. When you can release that fear and just come from that place of carefree freedom and know that you are moving in the right direction. So the Fool is your soul. The whole deck centers around this one card, and it's all about the soul's journey. You are embarking on a new journey here, Scorpio, and it's going to take you to new and varied places. Again, this is also about seeing the world and travel, as is the Six of Swords. So you are moving forward, I think, in a figurative sense, but you may also have travel indicated for some of you. And if you do, know that it will be opulent. Know that it will be all the best with the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, this is the single lady card, but this is somebody who lives in abundance. This is not somebody who's sitting in a one-bedroom apartment with a naked light bulb hanging out of the ceiling. This is somebody who's buying new cars and luxurious items and, taking care of themselves and not having a care in the world. They're standing in this big, beautiful, prominent garden, and that's you. So you are in for a fresh, new, clean slate, and it's coming fast. So enjoy that because it's just a beautiful energy to end on, because some of this is kind of crappy, but once you get through the mire of this, it's really beautiful. Let's hear from Abraham Hicks. My attention to it invites the essence of it. Anything you are giving your attention to is an invitation to the essence of it. Saying, I want money, but it will not come, is the same as saying, come to me, absence of money, which I do not want. When you are thinking of money in the way that will make it come to you, you always feel good. When you are thinking of money in the way that keeps it from coming to you, you always feel bad. That is how you know the difference. And you can insert anything in the place of money there. Okay? It's all about feeling good and knowing and believing that the universe wants beautiful abundance for you. So this is your Whispers of Love card. Love who you are. You are divine, delightful, and deserving of the wonderful things life has to offer. Very true. You are definitely worth it, Scorpio. I love you so much. Thank you for watching, and I'll be back again soon with your April tarot check.